Hey guys, my name is Dr. Film, and yes, I'm qualified to be a doctor of movies.
I don't care.
Today in this review, I will be reviewing an adult animated Japanese movie called Paprika. Released in 2006 and directed by Satoshi Kon, this movie was Satoshi Kon's fourth and final feature film before his death in 2010. And by the time the movie was released, it received many awards and nominations. Now before we begin, you should know that this review will contain some spoilers from the movie. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe for reviews and more. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now first off, I thought the cast did a good job with their voice performances, and the characters were a lot more intriguing than I expected. I also thought the filmmakers did a good job with the music. The music was composed by Susumu Harasawa, and I thought he did a phenomenal job, especially the film's opening sequence. As soon as the music began, I became fully intrigued and wide awake. I'm serious, I can listen to this for hours. Listen to this yourself and tell me you're not intrigued by this.
I like it a lot.
As for the animation in this movie looks breathtaking and mesmerizing. I swear, the animation in this movie looks so good that it makes you feel like this movie was released a few months ago. Heck, this movie's animation looks stellar in comparison to this style of animation. What the heck was that? What is Disney doing? Trying to save some money? Talk about a new level of cheap. But more on that, I liked how the filmmakers were able to use this style of animation to tell the story, as a way to minimize unnecessary dialogue or expositions. Although I have to admit, there were some scenes where the animation can be a bit too graphic for my taste. Especially this one scene where our main character is strapped to this table and then she's NO! Now for the story. In case you're unaware, the story is based on the 1993 novel of the same name. And even though I haven't read the novel myself, what I saw on screen was engaging, deep, meaningful, and surprisingly mature than I expected. Sure, some of you might notice a few similar messages and themes, but the way they handled this story was so unique that nothing really comes across your mind as you're watching this movie. You're fully invested from beginning to end, with little to no distractions. And also, the subplot around the detective in this movie was so relatable and emotional that you're gonna find yourself loving this guy. I love ya! Although I have to admit, this movie does come with a few shares of its problems. For one, the sudden romance between these two characters. Near the end of the movie, when the woman confesses how she feels towards this guy, I was left thinking to myself, really? That's how you felt? Okay, that's a little weird because she just mostly insults him or calls him fat. And another thing that bugged me was the dialogue in this movie. Some of the dialogue in this movie was actually well written, but sometimes when nothing is happening, the characters talk really strange, at least in my opinion. Overall, my friends, I still think this movie was freaking bonkers. And I mean that in a very good way. Man, I can see why some of you out there consider this movie as one of the best. And quite honestly, I wished I saw this movie sooner. I wished to learn more about Satoshi Kon. And it's nice to know that not only did this movie make an impact on the public audience, but it also made an impact on other filmmakers as well. And a prime example would be, you guessed it, Christopher Nolan. Bro, it's no secret that there's so many similarities between this movie and Inception. Even though Nolan claimed that Paprika wasn't his main inspiration for Inception, you can clearly see that he was still inspired by the movie in some ways. Heck, that inspiration didn't leave Christopher Nolan sooner, that's for sure. But besides that, I had a wonderful time watching this movie, despite some of its minor issues. With all that said, I give Paprika a 9 out of 10. That's it, that's the end of my review. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and you are more than welcome to follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more content. And if you really enjoyed this review, you are more than welcome to suggest another anime movie that I could cover in the future. Who knows? New year, new content.
Why are you smiling like that?
And as always, I will see you guys at our next appointment.